So once you've actually finished the ad, you can now log into the client's account. And the first thing you need to do, if you haven't done it already, is go to settings, then go to integrations and make sure that their Facebook is connected. Not only their Facebook page, but make sure that their Facebook ad account is connected as well. Once that is connected and you've already built the form, you're going to go over here to Facebook form field mapping. And I'm going to mention this multiple times because if this is not done, nothing will work properly. So please, please, please go to Facebook form fields mapping and you will see that this is the only way to connect the forms to the automation. If you do not do this, nothing will work. None of the text messages will work. The ads will work, but the text messaging follow-up system will not work. So you can see I've already connected these. These are the past ads we've ran, but this is the one I just made, excavation and land clearing form. This is the name of the form that we just made in the last video. So now I'm gonna click map fields, make sure that they all match, name, email, and phone number, and save. And there we go, we are completely connected. So now platform, our software is now connected to the Facebook forms, which means we can now create automations. So now we're gonna click on the automations tab and we're going to create a new automation. We're gonna start from scratch right here and then press create new workflow. First things first, let's rename the workflow, excavation and land clearing follow-up. Let's just do that. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add new workflow trigger. And instead of CRM, we're going to do Facebook. And then when we choose the workflow trigger, we're going to do Facebook lead form submitted. And we're still not done. We're gonna add a filter here and say in form. And then we're gonna click the form that we just made, excavation and land clearing. Then we're gonna save that. So now we have the exact form we just created. It's our trigger event and it's going to lead to a bunch of other events that we're going to create now. Make sure to save that in the right hand corner just in case anything ever messes up. You've got it saved now. And you're going to add your first action. The first thing we want to do is we're going to add an internal notification. We always want to send a notification to whoever this is for, most likely the business owner. We want them to know, hey, you just got a lead from Facebook. Because a lot of times they run ads, they have no idea how many clicks, how many leads, anything that they're getting at all. They have to get back on Facebook to check. So this is a great way for them to go, oh, just got a new lead. So type of notification, this is completely dependent on you and what you think is best for them or what they choose. I usually do a notification, but I like text messaging as well. For this one, we're just gonna do a simple notification, but I know a lot of people want a text straight to their phone that says, hey, you have a new lead. I do text message notification all the time, but for this one, we're just gonna do a simple notification from the Lead Connector app. The title of that notification is, you have a new excavator lead, the exclamation point, and then say, custom value, contacts, full name, just signed up for the Facebook ads. Then you're gonna scroll down here. We're gonna redirect that page to the conversation. So if they click on that notification, it'll take them straight to the conversations tab. And then we're gonna click the user. We're gonna scroll down here after we click that once. And we're most likely gonna pick a particular user if it's just one person, if they have a secretary or anybody that they say, hey, I want this person to manage all of that. You can pick that user or you can pick all users. It doesn't really matter. It's completely dependent on what they want. So now we're gonna save that. The next step is going to be a text message. So the send SMS is going to send a text message to whoever filled out the form. So this is your initial follow-up and it's very, very important. And I kid you not, this is the best follow-up I've ever had and it could not be easier. You're about to see me type it in. Yes, that's it. That's all I do. And it gets a response all the time because just a random number sending is this and then says their name, they're most likely either going to say yes, no, or who's asking. So you're gonna get that constantly. Now you have your opener and you can finally send in your follow-up that says, hey, you must have filled out the forms online. I just wanted to make sure that you were still interested in land clearing and excavation work. And then they go, oh yeah, I did fill that out like 5 seconds ago. Yeah, we can talk about that now. So yeah, that's a great opener. It works very, very well, and that's all you have to do. Please do not mess around with this. Do not try to do some crazy long opening message. Hey, this is CPS, Custom Property Solutions with excavating and land clear. Don't do it. It doesn't work as well. It doesn't work even remotely close to as well. I've tried everything. This is by far the best opening line you can possibly have. And then we're going to save that action. And then we're going to do a wait time. And the first follow-up after the wait time, I usually do about, honestly, 20 minutes. Because if they're not going to answer that initial follow-up, you want to make sure that they know who you are next. Because maybe they just saw the number and the name and they were like, oh, I don't know who this is. I'm not going to answer. So maybe they're just waiting to see who it is. So if you send the second text, which is going to be explaining who you are, then you have a much better chance you've built trust with them. The second message, I usually do something like this. This is Custom Property Solutions following up about a possible land clearing or excavation job. Can we assist you in these areas? So now they know exactly who you are and what you're offering. Just a simple little text like that, and we're gonna save that one. Then we do another wait time here. This one's gonna be a full 2 days. So I think 2 days is a pretty good wait time for the third text. I'm not a huge fan of daily follow-ups. I think that can get really, really annoying for people. So I try to keep it kind of as civil as possible. So we're gonna save that right up there before we send our third text message. I'd also like to point out that in the settings tab, we're going to set this up at the end. If they respond to any of these texts, all of the workflow stops. So they will not be getting the second, third, fourth text if they respond to the first one. That's a question I get all the time. So this is where you can kind of be creative and, you can say, hey, we do residential, we do commercial. You can start talking about the services offered for the company, whatever the company is. I don't repeat anything that I've said before. I try not to do like repeating text because then it just seems really fake. I try to make it look like it came straight from the business. So for this one, I said we offer high-end excavation and land clearing work in Central Illinois and can assist both residential and commercial jobs. Let us know. So pretty simple, not too crazy there. We're gonna save that action. Let's add another wait time on this one. We're gonna say wait. And for this one, let's wait 3 more days on top of the 2 days. So now we've got about 5-day wait time. And let's save that there before we add our next text message. And also, I'm not going to be doing any email marketing for this. I don't think any of them really respond to the emails, so I'm not even going to waste my time sending those emails out. Some people might want that. That's totally fine. But for me, I do complete text message marketing a lot for my clients, especially when running Facebook ads, because the faster they see it, the most likely they're going to respond, especially on social media where the attention span is very small. So for this one, we're going to do something like very simple, very easy. Are you still interested? Are you still interested in our services? Easy, quick text, done. Save it again. And then let's do a final wait time here. I don't like to do crazy long follow-ups. For real estate, I do really long ones, but for something like this, they either need this service or they don't. I mean, this is not something that they might need in 6 months and they just signed up just because. When you need an excavation or land clearing job or you need an excavator, you most likely need it now. Same with like a plumber, you probably need that now. There's a lot of different jobs where maybe that would work, like with real estate. Oh, they might be moving in 6 months. And that's when the super long follow-ups come in handy. But for a lot of these jobs and a lot of these clients, most of these people filling out the forms on the ads, they need this service as soon as possible. So we're not going to do some crazy follow-up here. It's going to be, about a week, week and a half. So this last one, we're going to wait 5 full days. And by the way, you guys can mess with these numbers however you want. I change them all the time. So we're gonna do this and we're gonna do 5 days for the last follow-up, and we're sending another text message, and then the last follow-up is going to say something like, so the first thing I did, I said, sorry, we couldn't connect. If you need land clearing or excavation work in the future, please give us a call, Brandon with Custom Property Solutions. So the reason I said sorry we couldn't connect is because I want them to know that, yes, this is the final follow-up. We will not be messaging them again after this, just in case they have not responded in this entire week and a half workflow. But we also want to let them know that if they ever need something like this in the future, they can always call this number. So now they have that. We have a great follow-up campaign. This is way better than running any other type of ad where you'd have to follow up manually every time, because then you have to trust that a business owner is actually going to do all of this manually, and that's just not practical at all. So the first thing we do before we save it, before we publicize it, anything, we go to settings. This is unbelievably important because we want to set stop on response, 100% stop on response. Also, we're going to allow multiple. So the reason that we're allowing multiple is because, so let's say we're running our ads for about 4 months. On the first week, someone fills out the ad, and then they forget about it, and a week and a half goes by, they didn't reply, and we lost that lead. Well, 3 months later, they see an ad with the exact same form, they fill it out, and guess what happens? They would not be in it. They would not be texted unless you have allow multiple. This means that they can be entered again and get that text message again. So this is very, very important, especially when you have any forms where you want them to be able to enter it again. Like repeat customers, you want them to be able to enter again. So that's what allow multiple does. And then of course, stop on response is what we just talked about. It stops after the customer responds. There's a couple other things in here that you can change, but honestly, that's all we care about for this. So we're gonna go back to actions, make sure everything is running smoothly. This all looks good. Great follow-up campaign. Very easy, very simple to do. Put it from draft to publish and save it. And then I'm gonna check one more time, make sure that's the right form. Perfect. Everything is exactly the way that it needs to be. We're gonna save it again up here. and we are completely ready to go. Let's make sure that it is active. There it is, publish. It is completely active. And you can see down here, we ran a steel building Facebook ad for this exact company, and we got 61 leads, and it says over here, 1 is still enrolled. This means that only 1 person out of the 61 has totally not responded at all. So it's a great success rate with getting responses. Obviously 61 responses out of 62 is very, very good. So this, in my opinion, is the easiest and best way to run Facebook ads. It's the best way to make sure that people are using the software, that your clients are actually using it and enjoy it. Whether they want to run Facebook ads or they want you to. I run Facebook ads for my clients all the time. It's the only way that they can have that automatic follow-up. But before I go, I want to do one other thing. So I'm going to click the marketing tab right here, and I'm going to go over to templates. And I'm going to do add template. I'm going to add a text template. I'm going to name this text template excavation and land clearing follow-up. And then I'm going to say, so I said, you must have signed up for one of our excavation and land clearing ads on Facebook. If you are still in need of these services, we can assist you. Just let us know. Thanks. So the reason that I do this is because most of the time when you have that initial follow-up, that first follow-up that says, is this, and then the customer's name, you're going to get an answer a lot of times from that follow-up. And it's going to say yes, no, maybe so. It's going to say something, and they're going to have questions. They want to know who it is. So I like to have a follow-up already done through the templates so that the user can just click on templates and just paste excavation and land clearing follow-up, and it sends the message immediately. This way they don't have to type this every single time. It's just a really easy way to make life easier for the business owner and for you. So there we go. We're going to save that right there. So I'm going to show you what the template looks like now. If we go to use template down here, you can also do this on the mobile app. Now we have the excavation and land clearing follow-up. Use the template, and boom, it's done. You must have signed up for one of our excavation and land clearing ads on Facebook. If you are still in need of these services, we can assist you. Just let us know. Thanks. And I can send that text, and it's going to go straight through, no problems asked. So this is my complete one and done method I do for so many different clients. It works for all of them. Now, yes, some will get leads for cheaper than others. Some will have more expensive leads, and that's just the way that the market is for those industries. But there is no more effective Facebook marketing template than this one right here. It shows as many people in that area, the services that are being promoted, and it allows you to get in touch with that company as easily as possible, and then allows a follow-up that's done automatically to make sure that that person follows up, to warm up that lead and make sure that you can get the sale. It could not be simpler. I hope you guys can either leverage this as a service for your company, or you can just provide it for them and say, hey, we have templates. All you have to do is do this. Show them a video tutorial just like the one I just did here, and then they can set it up and you're good to go. And you can do all the back-end work. You can do all the follow-ups and just say, hey, anytime you run an ad, just let me know. I'll connect it to the back-end and we're good to go. And please go back and watch this video if you're ever going to do that, because I feel like a lot of you guys may forget that one section that I talked about. And I'm going to bring it up again before we leave under Facebook form fields mapping. Make sure that these are on, check marked and on. If they are not, nothing will work. The ads will work, but you won't get any leads, no follow-ups, nothing. So make sure that's on, and then there you go. You're ready to go, and you can get leads for your clients and start helping businesses out and getting paid. Thanks, guys.